Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Hal Rovner. I'm your host, and this is Rovner's Rant, and this is the East End Baseball League. We are 1 week into the season, a little over a week into the season, and we're going to get started today with updating our power rankings, some of the surprises, some of what's been going on in the East End Baseball League. First, let me get off our sign-off music, okay? And now we'll get back to baseball. As I said again, okay, we're starting up hot. It's baseball season, baby. We're a week into the season. Who's ready to panic? I know I am. Yeah, right. Okay, we're a week into the season. Some teams not doing exactly as expected in the power rankings. If you guys don't remember the initial power rankings, I had Mega Powers 1, I had JKA 2, JZ Bang 3, Gold Tip 4, GCB 5, Jammer 6, Haku 7, Mullets 8, Stunners 9, and Time to Make the Babies 10. Okay, obviously we're going to update these rankings week to week, or we're going to try to, depending on my schedule. All right, today is the first day I get a chance to do it, and we start out with Gold Tip on top, all right, which isn't too much of a surprise because Gold Tip, as I look here, and I look at Gold Tip's team, okay, he's off to a hot start. We'll go ahead and we'll address some of these rankings in a second, but before we do, okay, there were a couple trade offers that were put to me with regards to some owners. My inbox was flooded. First thing I want to address, but it looks like it took care of itself, it was brought to my attention that Mr. Brett Goldblack, Mr. Mullets, you can't be on auto reply. Really? Really? Do we really need to know you're out of the office every time there's a move made? Okay, or a response or a reply? Thankfully enough, we have it fixed. Okay, but you got to figure something out. Next time when you go out of the office, I don't need to know you're on auto reply for every message. I mean, that's crazy. Really, Brett? Really? Really? Okay. It's brought to my attention of a bad trade offer. Well, I'm going to try and analyze it. We'll see how bad it really is. There was an offer put out there by a couple different people. First one was put out by the commissioner to Mr. Obercanic. It was flooded to my inbox. I believe the trade was, I'm trying to remember. It was Sishik, who was dropped by Mega Powers, Ramirez, and Darno, Alexei Ramirez, who I think was also dropped, for Kinsler. Not a great offer. See, I'm not going to go into that it's horrible. It's not good. Horrible, I don't know. Okay, depending on, I love Darno. I'm a big Darno fan. The other two guys you can wipe your ass with. But Kinsler, I'm not a big Kinsler fan, but he still is on the better half of tiers of middle infielders. So you break that down, Darno for Kinsler, and it's bad. It's just not a good offer. There's been worse. Still think Andy's is worse. That's pretty bad. Okay? Not horrible. Just not good. And I believe there was an offer put out there by Mr. Arbiter. I'm not even going to address the whole deal, but he was looking for Tulowitzki. I think he was offering Profar and some other pieces to Obercanic, and then Obercanic informed him that he doesn't even have Tulo anymore. So, Mark, you going to make an offer? No one's on the guy's roster. Okay? I believe Obercanic's exact response was, I'm not going to accept that offer. Maybe Andy will. He has Tulo. Pretty good line, Obercanic. I like that. So you got to be up to date. Guys, if there's bad offers put out there, you're going to be called on. Okay, including myself. I put a bad offer out there. Let me know it's bad. I'll address it. I'll rip myself to shreds on my own show. I got thick skin. Let's try and get away from these bad offers. Let's try and move on to some things. There was a good deal made yesterday that I think works out well for both teams. We had some movement yesterday with Mega Powers not wanting to dig himself an early home pitching like he did last year, and I know because I was a consultant on that team. And he made a trade yesterday where he traded a very promising young catcher who's going to be a top catcher for many years to come, Matt Wieters. And he traded him for Matt Harvey, which I think on paper, initially, Time to Make the Babies gets the better end of that deal. But as we go through the season, because I'm not just saying this as a Met fan, this kid Harvey's special. You're special, Harvey. I think at the end of the year, we're going to be saying that this is a very fair deal for both teams. Right now, I think the edge goes to Wieters. A little bit more proven. But I do believe at the end of the year, this is going to be a good deal for both teams. Time to make the babies. I'm impressed. coming out of the gate making a move. Not only making a move there, you're making a move in the power rankings and the standings. But let me address Gold Tip first, all right? Because Gold Tip is on fire right now. I mean, there's just no way we put it. We already addressed his offense. We all know the offense that he has, okay? And they're living up to their name, okay? Carlos Santana raking like it's nobody's business. Prince Fielder, mediocre but good. Pedroia raking, Longoria raking, Reyes raking, Tulo raking, Miguel Cabrera raking, okay? We got Hunter Pence even kicking in 3 homers, big 3-run ribby last night. Needed the under for some clients. BJ Upton not doing much, but he's got a few bags. But how about his brother Justin? I mean, this guy's on a serious tear. 6 homers in 7 games. I mean, really, Jay Up? Looks sweet. Think that guy wanted to get out of Arizona in a hurry? Think he wanted to play with his brother? Think he wanted to get to Atlanta? I'd say so. Doing really well, Justin Upton. I mean, and this is something where he's still young. I mean, this guy can put up special numbers. Okay? And then we go to his pitching staff. This has been the surprise with Gold Tip because it's always been his weakness. Okay? But right now, very strong. We all knew about Madison Bumgarner, who threw a very good game, a little wild yesterday, but still come in with the win, a couple earned runs, threw very well. Okay? But you get Alex Cobb, threw a good outing in his first start. Okay? You got Chris Medlin, so-so, we'll see. But Samardzija, the real prize has been Samardzija. That team's not going to win many games. They're not going to win many games this year. Okay? But the games that they do win are going to be the games that Samardzija pitches. So 22 strikeouts, I mean, that's just unheard of. He had 13 the other day. So very impressed with Gold Tip so far. But if we go back, okay, so Gold Tip has gone from the preseason rankings of 4 to 1. So not really the biggest surprise. I think the biggest surprise right now, okay, and again, it's a week into the season, the biggest surprise has got to be with time to make the babies and Doug Rooney. Rooney! I just love saying that. Rooney! Say it with me, everybody together. 1, 2, 3. Rooney! Doesn't get old. Just doesn't. He's been the surprise. Very good balance. 31.5 points pitching, 39.5 points batting, total 71 points. Made that big trade yesterday with Tony, which was a trade he could afford to make because if you remember my preseason rankings, I said he was loaded up to yin yang. Okay, not to be biased or racist towards you, Darvish, when I say yin yang, but load up to yin yang with strikeouts. A good move for him. I like that move. I like seeing him make a move like that. It's a very good move. All right, he now has 2 solid catchers in Montero and Weeders. Brandon Belt's going to be a problem at first base. I'll be calling you later today to try and make an offer, see if we can do something to solve your first base problem. Neil Walker at second base, it's okay. Moustakas, these are guys who are going to hit. Don't get carried away like I want to get carried away because my offense couldn't hit water. They jumped out of the boat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. All right, but you got Hardy okay, Ackley okay. So, I mean, again, your offense, a lot of your offense is coming from Reynolds, who's off to a good start. Norichika Aoki, who shows he's legit. I mean, the guy's just getting it done. You had Jay Bruce, had a good day yesterday, finally breaking out. And you know what? You have Chu. Chu's been lights out for you. I mean, this guy, it's amazing what you can do when you're not drinking. I mean, this guy is just, he's been really getting the job done. He's a horrendous center fielder defensively. But as far as offensively, opens up the first week of the season, batting .379, 10 runs, 3 homers, six ribbies, and a bag. It's pretty good. And then what's carried you offensively the first week is, has it been a more impressive first week of baseball than there is with Chris Davis? I mean, Chris Davis just tearing it up. I mean, he finally didn't have a hit yesterday, but 416, 5 runs scored, 4 homers, 17 ribbies. I mean, this guy's just insane. 17 ribbies? Really? Chris Davis? I mean, he always had the power. He always had the potential to do it. We had him last year, Tony and myself. So we know what he could do. He's still young. He was supposed to do it in Texas, getting the opportunity to do it every day for Buck Showalter. I'll tell you what, I don't think he's not going to hit 416 all year. Okay, that batting average will come down, but he is a legit 30 in the buck. Now, if you don't believe me on that, you got serious issues. Desmond Jennings off to a slow start as usual. Adam Dunn not hitting, couple homers though. But let's go to that pitching staff. Yu Darvish, one pitch away from perfection in his debut, develops a blister. He'll be okay. Yu Darvish is a stud. He was a former Mega Powers. We had him last year. It was a good deal for us. Good deal for Tom to make the babies, although you weren't the owner last year. It was Tommy making the deal. Okay, Ryan Dempster and Iwakama, good start in his first start. Kuroda, I'm not a big Kuroda fan. I think it's a down year for the Yankees. Uh, Brandon McCarthy, Chris Perez, Addison Reed getting the job done, has a handful of saves. Max Scherzer, I like. Don't get carried away with the 7.2 ERA. Guy's a legit 200 strikeouts. Adam Wainwright's pitched well. So, time to make the babies doing pretty good. Very happy with what you've done. Big trade. I'd like to see you make that yesterday. All right. And then the next biggest climber, if we go back, okay, because that was the biggest. You went from 10th to 1st in just 1 week. So just goes to show you how crazy this could be. Is Jammer. I mean, let's take a look at Barry's team. I mean, Barry's sitting at 70.5 points, went from 6th all the way up to 3rd. All right. But Barry's got legit guys. Barry's got Miguel Montero behind the plate, who I like. Got solid Wilson Ramos, who was supposed to do it, and he is doing it right now. He's got Pujols, who, getting off to a slow start, but at least he's got 2 more home runs now than he did at this point last year. In fact, more than he did all of April. You got Dan Ugla, not really. Will Middlebrooks. What a game the other day. And I love Will Middlebrooks. I hated having to trade him or cut him, whatever it was with the cutdowns. And, I think I dealt him with a pick somewhere. 3 home a game. I think Boston's going to be better than a lot of people thought. I think just getting rid of that whole cloud that was hanging over their head. So I think it's going to be a good year for Boston players, especially Lester, who I'll address with Haku's later. But Middlebrooks, 3 homers the other day. I think the guy's legit. I mean, before he got hurt last year, he was on pace to do some good things. I think he could do them this year. Ben Zobrist, who is a super utility guy, there's not much better than him. Segura, who's going to be really big in that trade that Milwaukee made to, he's going to be a good young shortstop for quite some time. Anthony Rizzo, who's, off to a slow start, but I think he'll be okay. Lorenzo Cain, who I addressed, so I think Lorenzo Cain could be good if healthy. I think he's got the potential to do so. Jacoby Ellsbury, another one of those Boston players, so I just think it's going to be a good year. He's off and running already. He's got 4 bags, showing he's healthy. And Mike Morse, I mean, this guy wasn't enough for the guy to hit 9 home runs in spring training, but he's carried it over. He's already got 5. I mean, Mike Morse just tearing the cover off the ball, just crazy. And then Billy Butler, he killed me against Cole Hamels the other day. Hits a grand slam, 7 ribbies, kind of puts a damper on things. And Barry's still waiting for McCann to come back. All right, but then you go to Barry's pitch, and he's got an Oakland pitcher, which you can't go wrong on, Brett Anderson. He's got Matt Latos, very good, very solid. Cliff Lee, very solid. Kyle Loesch, it's going to be serviceable. Mike Minor, good start. He'll get a lot of young promise with him. And then he's got Rodney Williamson, and he's got C.J. Wilson. So he's got some pieces. Barry's got some lasting power, and he'll make some trades. So I think Barry's off to a good start. All right, so now we go to Barry. Then we got JKA finishing at 4th. Right now with JKA, he's basically in a position where he's just waiting for some guys to perform. All right, which a lot of us are, myself included, because I took the biggest nosedive so far. He's got 21 points in pitching, and his pitching is his strong suit. All right, his strong suit, Matt Cain, how many times is he going to get rocked? Not going to happen often. He's got the young Jose Fernandez, who looked very well in his debut against the Mets. Got Gio Gonzalez, who's solid. Joe Nathan got his 300 save on a bullshit strike call yesterday. Should have walked Zobrist, and Longoria would have hit the wall. It would have hit a game-winning 3-run home, or at least given the opportunity to take the lead into the bottom of the ninth. But he got screwed there. Marty Foster, who needs glasses more than Marty Foster? That was a horrendous call. For you guys who haven't seen it, Google, Marty Foster strike call. It might have been the worst call in the history of baseball. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. There's a ball strike call. I know you all talked about that one in the WBC. This one makes that one in the WBC look tough. All right, this was horrendous. I'm not even going to tell you where the pitch landed or how it landed. Some of you saw it, some of you didn't. You need to go Google it. You need to go see it because it was horrendous. It was just a bad call. I had given out Tampa to a couple of my clients, and obviously I'm not happy about that because Over should have walked and Longoria comes to the plate and Nathan would have blown the save. Needless to say, it didn't happen that way. Congratulations to Joe, former Stony Brook alumni. Gets saved another 300 last night. Happy for you, Joe. You were shocked as shit. Yeah, and I said that. This isn't syndicated, this show. Shocked as shit because your mouth said, wow, when you thought you walked them, and you end up getting a strikeout. So probably the luckiest strikeout you ever had in your career. Congratulations on the save. Welcome to the 300 Club. I believe you're now tied for 22nd all-time saves leader. 300 saves is a lot of saves in baseball. think about that when we talk about saves, because Mariano Rivera is 609. 609 for the Sandman. Okay, but congratulations to Joe. Long time coming. Got the first save back in 1999. Save number 300 last night. Okay, not to get off the subject, he's got Rue, who looked very good in his debut. He's got Rafael Soriano at the closer's role, blew a save the other night. He's got Teheran, who was okay, really struggled a little bit in his first start. Verlander, who even with that rough start against the Yankees, still sparkling 2.1 to 8.9 ERA. He's got Zimmerman, who had a good first start, but only one strikeout to show for it. I know more depending on the strikeouts with him. So, Aubrey, you're going to be fine. Your hitting's doing very well. Okay, you've got Todd Frazier just out of his mind right now, hitting 413, 3 homers, 10 ribbies, just absolutely out of his mind. Between him and Jed Lowry, I mean, how long is Jed Lowry going to keep it up? I know he's a former Boston guy. I know he's in Oakland, where it seems like if players want to go resurrect their careers, they go to one of two places. They either go to St. Louis or they go to Oakland. All right, because it just seems that when players who are so-so players or players looking for rejuvenations go to those two teams, they seem to have it. All right, I mean, I don't need to go down the list, but you just look at players who visited the Fountain of Youth in St. Louis. Carlos Beltran last year, Berkman the year before. Then you go over to Oakland. You get Josh Reddick, who was wilting away, and Boston has a lights-out year in Oakland. And now you got Jed Lowry, who was a forgotten man, well-traveled, and now he's over in Oakland, and he's just tearing it up right now, hitting 500, 3 homers, and 6 ribbies. So, and you got Nelson Cruz in 392, and you got Cargill coming out to get real strong, which is good because Cargill's healthy. It's going to be a very formidable team, and Austin Jackson getting it done. But let's talk about one guy who's just been out of his mind for you, Adam Jones. I mean, this guy's hit 500. Doesn't have a lot of homers, has 1 homer, 8 ribbies, but the guy's tearing the cover off the ball. That Baltimore team is going to be a good team. All right, if you got Baltimore players, especially guys like Adam Jones or Matt Wieters, who was newly acquired by Tom to make the babies, you're in good shape. Okay, so not too bad there by Mr. Arbiter. Okay, he's a team that's going to be sticking around. Let's also talk about Mr. Hakouz. Okay, because Hakouz is off to a really, really hot start. All right, a week into the season, and that's mainly because of his pitching, because he hasn't gotten anywhere with his batting. All right, which I told you guys in the preseason rankings that his pitching looked like his strong suit, his batting looked like his weak suit. If he traded one of his pitchers to go get a hitter, he'll be in good shape. So let's see if he takes my advice. Not much to talk about on the hitting side of his offense, okay? But let's go talk about his pitching, because that's where he's got 46 points right now. Clay Buchholz, who I think will have a very good year and is going to rebound under John Farrell, former pitching coach for him when Buchholz had his last good year. So I think that's going to work out very well for him. He's got Chapman back to the closer's role, done very well. He's got Hanrahan, who's done very well. He's got King Felix, again, very well. Lester, who I told you, everybody. You want to talk about guys this guy could very well contend again for the Cy Young. I just think it's going to be that kind of year for John Lester. I think John Lester will have a very good year. He's too good of a pitcher to do what he did last year. Again, that Boston clubhouse last year was a mess. Bobby Valentine was a mess. I think anyone really wanted to play for Valentine. I think they love John Farrell. The connection between John Farrell as the pitching coach, how the relationship he had with Buchholz, the relationship he had with Lester. So I think Lester's going to have a real special year. He's off to a really good start this year. ERA of 1.5, strikeouts of 13. I think he's a strikeout in innings so far. He's got Alexi Ogando. I don't think Alexi Ogando can continue to do what he's done so far, but I think he will be well. I think Alexi Ogando will have a good year. He's got Sabathia, who bounced back after a rough opening day start, and he outdueled Verlander. So, again, not too bad. And he's got Vogelsong, who's not going to live with the 8.5 ERA all year. And, Vogelsong is probably one of the most reliable 5th or 6th starters in fantasy baseball over the years when it comes to roto leagues. So, a lot of pitching. You know what you got to do. I said it to you before. You're going to have a really strong staff. Question is, do you trade one of those guys to go get a bat or two? That's probably what you need to do. Okay? We'll see if you do it. If you do it, I think you got staying power. If you don't, then you're up Schitt's Creek without paddle. I think that's why I had just 7th place team this year. But good start. The pitching's doing exactly what I expected it to do for you. Okay. Let's go ahead. We'll address the Mega Powers who made a big drop. Okay. Mullets is kind of right around where I expected him to be. Mega Powers made the biggest drop next to myself. Okay. This is not a 7th place team. It's a team, seventh place team right now because we're a week into the season, but certainly not a seventh place team. Newly added John Buck had to pick up a spot after trading Weeders. William Rosario was solid. Hospital's off to a good start. Robbie Cano, what do you know? Big day yesterday, gotten off the schneid, a couple homers, few extra base hits. So maybe that gets him going. David Wright off to a good start, hitting 333, 3 bags. Eyeball, he is what he is. Everett Cabrera, he is what he is. Pedro Alvarez, I think that's a spot you're probably going to fool around with a little bit here or there. Josh Hamilton off to a slow start, but that's not going to last too long. Bryce Harper, out of his mind. Guy's showing that last year was no fluke. Comes up and he's just hitting the cover off the ball. I mean, this guy, you want to teach your young kid, you guys who are owners in the league who have young sons, and you want to teach them how to hit, put them in front of a television and let them watch a video of Bryce Harper. Put a compilation video together of Bryce Harper and watch him hit. Because the guy just takes, he hurts me watching him swing. Because I think the guy's going to hurt himself and tear like an ass muscle swinging. That's how hard he swings out of his shoes. The guy swings so hard he lifts his back foot off the ground when he swings. Just crazy. Just crazy, 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 crazy power. Love watching the guy play the game. Yeah, Jason Hayward, slow start. Don't expect that to last. And then you have McCutcheon, who is pretty solid right now. 260, a homer, 4 bags. And then Ben Revere, not hitting anything for you, but he's got 4 bags. You run away in the bags category, so you really haven't even hit yet. You're going to hit. You're going to hit. We know you're going to hit. Okay? You got Darno on the farm who's hitting the cover off the ball, and it won't be long before he's up, hopefully sooner than later. Then your pitchers, you got Trevor Cahill. You got Ross Detweiler, who had a good start his first time out. You had Matt Harvey, who you just picked up. I discussed Harvey earlier on the show. I love Harvey. I think Harvey's going to really get the job done this year. I think he's very polished, young Met player, and I think at the end of the year it's going to be a pretty fair deal, 1-for-1, if it isn't already right now. Jim Johnson, the closer's role. Clayton Kershaw is a beast who looks just like lights out. He was on my team. I trade him, I know. You got Papelbon in the closer's role. You got Bobby Parnell in the closer's role. David Price, who got rocked his first time out. Don't look too much into it. It's not going to happen too often. You got Strasburg, who got rocked his last time out. Not going to happen either. A little bit of a hole in pitching right now for you, but your pitching, you know, is going to come along. You got proven guys like Strasburg, like Price, like Kershaw, and hopefully Harvey. Harvey, say it with me, Harvey. We like Harvey, all right? So you're going to be okay. 7th place team right now, but certainly not 7th place team for the year. And then we'll go over a couple other drops real quick. I'll address my team last. I know for some of you guys who I left your teams out, I apologize. I'll do a quick synopsis. Stunners, 39.5 points. Okay, 27.5. The Stunners, 55 points. I'm sorry. Actually, it says here. Oh, can't be right. I'm looking here. It says 39.5 points. I wanted to say 55 when I went to it. Okay. Right now you're off to a slow start. I mean, that's just what it is. You don't have a lot of guys hitting. I mean, outside of Alex Rios, and Brandon Phillips, who's really gotten the job done for you. And pitching wise, I mean, you got Dick Hughes gotten rocked. You got Marco Estrada. You got Halladay who's gotten rocked, who I think is actually probably hurt. And you got Weaver, who's his fastball was clocked to 85 miles the other day. So you clearly got some holes to fill. And if I'm you, like I told you in the preseason rankings, maybe I'm doing a little bit of building. That's what I'm looking to do. Okay. Myself, as far as a big drop, I'll do that last. GCB, let's go to Mr. Overcanic's team because I liked Overcanic's team coming into the season. All right. Catcher, you got Dumas and LaCroix, who I still like. Off to a slow start. Canerico, very slow start. Aaron Hill doing what he does. Chisenhall, third base, going to need some help there. Nunez. Kinslow's off to a good start. You got Beltre. You got Fowler, he's got 4 homers. Where'd those come from? You got Matt Kemp off to a slow start. You got Trout off to a slow start. Again, these are just guys who are slow starts. Kemp's going to hit. Trout's going to hit. You got Victorino off to a good start. You got Willingham off to a slow start. Freese just came back from the DL. So you got some guys who are off to slow starts and, got to get it going. Pitching-wise, Gallardo, Josh Johnson, Ian Kennedy, who I still think Ian Kennedy's going to have a good year this year. You got Lincecum. You got Shelby Miller, who looked good in his debut. And you got James Shields, who is going to be a good source of strikeouts. So you still have a good team. You got some guys who have to hit. You got some power guys, stud guys who are going to hit, and they will. So not really a need to worry. I still think I stand by my proclamation that you're a 5th place team, okay, fighting for the money. And my team, on the other hand, it's amazing. I can't figure out. No matter what I do, trying to figure out, I'm a week into the season. Do I panic? Do I not panic? I got 12 points of batting, 25 points of pitching, 37 points total, barely out of the cellar. And I'm looking at my team, I'm like, how the hell did this happen? I got Mauer, catcher, who I still like and love. Brzezinski was hitting the cover off the ball. He's been my hottest guy. I don't know if that's really what you want to be, to have your second catcher be your hottest guy. LaRoche, who has been out because of back spasms. You got Espinoza, who hasn't really hit yet. You got Zimmerman, who really hasn't hit yet. I got Castro, who's barely hitting, holding his own. There's Jubal Cabrera, another guy who's not hitting. Morneau, who is hitting but not for power. Michael Bourne, who's been solid for me. Braun, who's been solid for me. Matt Holliday's off to a slow start. Torrey Hunter's been hitting the ball for me. Swisher off to a slow start. Jackie Bradley off to a slow start. So I got a lot of guys who can hit, proven guys. They just haven't hit yet. Do I panic? Do I not panic? I'm not going to panic. We're a week into the season. Okay, these are guys who are going to hit. And that's my advice to you guys. We're a week into the season. Guys who are going to hit are going to hit. Okay, pitching-wise. All my pitchers, very happy with them, with the exception of Cole Hamels getting rocked in 2 starts. Homer Bailey, lights out. I thought he would turn the corner. A.J. Burnett, lights out, 19 strikeouts. Pitched very well in Dodger Stadium against Clayton Kershaw. Pitched very well in his home opener. Greinke, very well. Very happy with him. Hamels, I just addressed, got bombs. Kimbrel, very well in the closer's role. Matt Moore, lights out in his first start. Very happy with him. Jared Parker, he's going to be better. Pitches tonight. I believe he's going to get the job done tonight on the road. And J.J. Putz. Okay, and I'm waiting for Cingrani to come up. Cingrani had 14 strikeouts in his minor league debut the other day. And between him and Wacha and Walker, I got 3 young pitchers who are going to make an impact, whether if not this year, next year. So there you have it. Those are rankings. Okay, guys have slid up, guys have slid down. But again, guys, I'm still standing by my preseason rankings. Just because some guys have moved up, okay, I do believe, so out of the guys who have moved up, time to make the babies has to stay in power. Okay, maybe I was wrong, premature with my assessment of him finishing dead last. Okay, but do I think he's a money team? No. Do I think he's better than the 10th place team? Let's take a look at his team one more time. Montero, Weeders, yeah, good. Belt, gonna need work there. Walker worked there. Moustakas worked there. Hardy worked there. Ackley worked there. Reynolds, we just know he is what he is. He's off to a good start. Usually his runs come at the end of the season, on the beginning for him. Aoki is staying power. Bruce is staying power. Chu can do it. Davis can do it. Desmond I like. So you do have some good outfielders there. Maybe you move one of those outfielders to get an infielder. Who knows? And your pitching solid. So maybe you're not a 10th place team. Maybe you are a 5th or 6th place team with a chance outside the money. We'll see. You never know. Fantasy baseball is a funny thing. My suggestions to you guys, week into the season, especially I got to say, I need to take my own advice here. Okay, because anyone who's talked to me on the phone, okay, has had to probably talk me off the ledge. Put all the work into the all season. Your expectations are high. Okay, then the first week comes and your team does squadoodle. They do shit. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't even want to look at fantasy baseball for another week. And when I do, hopefully my team comes around, they hit. They're too proven not to. My best advice is don't panic. Proven guys are proven guys. If you have guys who are overperforming, look to trade them. If you have guys who are underperforming, hold them. Don't give up on guys. Am I going to throw in the towel on Cole Hamels? Really? 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 Just because 2 bad starts? The guy's a proven guy. He's going to get it done. Same thing with Arbiter with Kane. Proven guy. Going to get it done. Same thing with Strasburg with Tony. Proven guy. Going to get it done. Just got to be patient. Little patience. That's right. Little Guns N' Roses I throw in there. Have a little patience. Don't rush to judgment. With that being said, I'm looking to deal, baby. Anyone wants to call me, send me offers, let's go. I want to make some deals. My phone hasn't rang once. Still waiting to get you, Mr. Haku's on the show. I'd like to get you on. Your team's doing very well. Let's get you on the show. Let's make the phones ring. And if anyone wants to be a guest on the show, I'm open to that. I'll take calls. Let me know. That's what I'm here for. It doesn't have to be a one-man wrecking band. Let me know. Let's do what we got to do. Let's make it happen. Because this is Robin's Rant. And anything that can happen will happen. So let's see what we can do. This is the East End Baseball League, guys. Took my chances. Come on. Week into the season. Where are all you ledge jumpers? Andy riding high. Hal down at the bottom riding low. Time to make the babies with the biggest climb. Guys, let's get it going. Make that I'm Hal Rovner. This is Rovner's Rant. This is the East End Baseball League. We're a week into the season. I'm in next to last place, and I don't give a shit. Let's make it happen, guys. Rovner's Rant. He gone!